Who serves?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Bellicon family. We are live. So I am Faith. I wanted to be very transparent. If any of you know me, you probably notice I have a large face of makeup on. I am on set filming for you. Ta-da! So, hence my scary face. On camera with lots of lighting, it looks totally normal. But up close, when I logged on for this live stream, I went, "Holy hell, this is a lot of makeup." So
Shock
I'm
to the system. Yeah.
shocked. So welcome everybody. Today is our day to talk about your bellicon. So going through our configurator. Before I do that, I want to introduce Katy. So probably a lot of you, if you've called bellicon, emailed, chatted, then you know Katy. Katy
The
is
face.
amazing. Her face to a name, finally.
Yeah.
Amazing team member, and she is the person to talk to about configuring and buying your bellicon. She knows all the ins and outs. So I am going to ask her a few questions, and she will guide us through this lovely process. So if you all have questions, I'm sure you will, feel free to put them in the chat and we can answer them at the end or as we go. So feel free to write in and we'll help you decide and pick your perfect bellicon. Okay, Katy, are you ready? Is there anything else I missed to say?
That covers it. Yeah. The number one, I feel like most of the time people will call in and say, I don't even know how to get where to order on the website. So yeah, first and foremost, just that alone. So when you get on our website, the first thing you'll see is this page here. You'll want to click the shop tab and then go to configure now. Now this is where you go, you build up your bellicon starting from here with the size then. From
So
there,
Katy,
yeah.
everybody always says, how do I choose? What's the difference? Like it's a tough decision between what might be a pro and a con going 39 versus 44 versus 49. Like what would you advise? It's sort of like a benefit of each size.
Each. Yeah, so the 39-inch, it just comes with the territory. It's small. It's by far the most portable option, especially with the fold-up legs on the 39-inch model. That's the biggest pro there. A con would be the size. It is very restrictive in terms of surface area. So you'd want to get a 39-inch if the idea is, we call it more static exercise, if I remember right, where walking in place, jogging in place, marching in place, that sort of idea there. The 44-inch, that's by far the most popular size. With that, we find it's just not too big, not too small, just right for most people. Is that, yeah, 44 back there? Yeah, it's the cream of the crop size, honestly, in my experience as well. I have a 44-inch model. With that, it's just more surface area, but it's not as large as the 49-inch model, which again, naturally just comes with the territory of more surface area. You're going to have more space for exercise, like it notes here, standing or sitting or lying down for any exercise with that extra surface area. The 44-inch in most cases is going to be pretty comfortable for most people across the board. If you're pushing like 6 feet tall, then you'd maybe want to opt for a 49-inch if you have the room for it. But most people are still more than happy with a 44-inch model. At the end of the day, though, it really just depends on what sort of space you have at home to fit the bellicon in.
Awesome. So 49, go big or go home. If you've got the room for it, do it because it's more bouncing room. Everybody always asks. If you've got the space, go. Okay, so we picked our frame size. So you've made the tough choice. We'll go with middle of the road. And so the next tough decision in our...
it's just always going to be classic moving forward. Mm-hmm.
So we've got our classic frame, which is sturdy, quality, stability. That's what we will be bouncing on. And then the next big decision is going to be your screw-in legs versus your folding legs. So this is actually a really easy decision. So I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah, this is again, just more in the same of, it's pretty obvious where if you have a spot, you're planning, the bellicon is going to be a stationary piece of equipment in your home. You're not really planning on having to store it away too much or move it around. The screw-in legs, just go that route. You can still unscrew them to store it away flat as needed over time. But otherwise, if you really need the storage efficiency, my rule of thumb is if you plan on having to store your bellicon away multiple times a month, so whether that's, sliding under your bed, putting it into a closet, even leaning it against a wall, you'll want to spend a little extra money on the fold up legs. They're worth every extra penny for that storage efficiency. And you're not able to change the leg style after purchase. So that's definitely of importance. So you got to pick what you want to stick with for, years to come, what you think is going to serve you best for years and years.
And everybody always asks me, are they equally stable? Yes,
Yes.
they are
Oh
equally
yeah,
stable. That's always a big
definitely.
question. So we're
Yeah, the fold up legs, it's not a hinge that they're built on, it's a hydraulic mechanism. So you have to pull the legs on and off this solid steel knob. So when you're bouncing, it's impossible for the legs to fold in on you, and they're really easy to maneuver. So definitely.
okay. The next part we can figure on. So you've made your difficult choice of screw in versus folding legs, and
Yes,
now we get to choose. Do you need support? So there's pros and cons to a T-bar versus a support hand bar. So T
definitely.
versus
Yeah.
no support.
So the T-bar with there's some, language on our website where, we don't recommend the support handle with the fold up legs. And that's not the case. They're still compatible with the fold up legs. It's just if you need the storage efficiency, the T-bar is without a doubt the way to go. So typically the fold up legs and the T-bar, they'll go hand in hand, whereas the support handle, that typically will go more hand in hand with a screw in leg. But the primary difference is the T-bar is more incorporated into specific exercises and to be used with exercises, whereas the support handle, it's really just there for support. It's not there for any other reason. Like if you really have a balance issue and require, extra support, by far, go with the support handle. But otherwise, the T-bar is probably, bar none, the most popular bar option between the two.
Yeah, easy to take on and off. If you have like a knee injury, any surgeries you've had, the support hand bars are really great because they are so stable. I rehabbed
Definitely.
my dad's knees after his surgery with it, and it really helped him build that confidence. Okay, so you've made your choice:
Hmm.
T-bar versus and you have to take one or two support hand bars. Everybody,
Yeah.
so you can you
It's
can
yeah, it's
choices.
two support handles if you really, really need support, one support handle if you just need something of a
Yeah,
guide to get on and off your bellicon, that sort of
don't
thing.
overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Okay. The mat. The next question is it La Croix or LaCroix? That is my
Yeah.
question for you. La Croix, LaCroix. I have to have hydration filming.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it standard mat versus comfort mat? So this is the next big choice that people ask about. And I'll let you go through the differences between those two. The standard mat, the price is included, comfort is a little extra. So you can go through
Right.
pros and
It's
cons.
in this particular spot in the configurator too, I feel is the number one most asked question of which way people should go when ordering. So the standard mat, both mats are the exact same to start within the jumping space. It's the same jumping area, same material within the jumping space. So the mat's not going to impact any exercise while you're on your feet. They're both the exact same thing. The comfort mat comes into play where the standard mat, the flap, the lip of the mat that covers the hooks the bungees latch onto, it's just an
Yeah.
extension of the jumping space material, like a
Yeah.
mesh like material. The comfort mat has a little bit of a padded flap. So
Yeah.
if you're sitting or lying down for exercise, I always use the example of like sit-ups or crunches and your head or your neck is
Yeah.
resting outside the jumping space. You'll want to go for the comfort mat. It adds a little bit of comfort in that situation. Otherwise, again, on your feet, there's no difference between the two. And most of the time, too, just as food for thought, on a 49-inch model, if you are ordering a 49-inch model, 9 times out of 10, you really won't need to opt for a comfort mat because of so much surface area with the
Sure.
49-inch models. Also, that padded flap of the comfort mat, because it's got a little more weight to it, it'll tend to slap the bungees while bouncing. So, yeah, usually on a 49-inch, I'll recommend sticking to a standard mat, but any smaller size, the comfort mat's a great additional add-on.
Cool. I have a comfort mat on my bellicon right now. And I will say when I do my Pilates on it, this is a 44-inch. It is nice and comfortable on my head. So I
Love
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've made your choice of mat. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is the most
Yeah.
fun. Thank God all the hard
It's
choices
fun.
are over with. Now you get to
Yeah.
pick colors. Okay, so now you can relax, everybody. You're there. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can choose up to 3 colors. Also,
Yeah.
the rainbow option. Okay, can you show them where the rainbow option is? Because it seems obvious, but sometimes it's not. Do you everybody see the cursor? It is
It's
a
right.
rainbow bubble.
Yeah, and it shows up here on the bellicon model too. It's a little hard to see, but yes, it's
Yeah,
the option with the
yeah, the
multicolor in the
multicolor.
circle. Yeah, the colors too, like you said, it's fun. Go crazy with it if you want. I opted for the mode of I want to see something that makes me happy when I look at it. It makes me want to use it.
Yeah,
So I do have a more colorful bellicon for the time being. But yeah, it's totally personal preference at the end of the day. A lot of people will opt for neutrals just to match whatever
mine is
space
all
it's
black.
in.
I'm
Yeah,
black.
see,
Everything's black.
yeah, it's case by case, but it's very, very popular too to get
The
rainbow or all the
rainbow's fun.
colors. Yeah,
So
it's fun.
choose your colors. I have mine in my living room, so it kind of blends in. But I do agree, the rainbow is so fun. My kids have a rainbow one, and they love it. Like, get off my
Another
rainbow, Bellicon.
thing to note too, when you're picking multiple colors, so like say right now I have orange, red, and blue selected, and I don't want red with the blue, I want green instead. You have to click the color again to deselect it
Okay,
to pick something else. So yeah, even if you want all one color, you have to make sure, to go back and deselect everything to get it
deselect.
all gray. That's
That's super
another
helpful.
confusion we'll typically get here. The mats, we used to offer colors. Those It's just all black now in order just to simplify the ordering process. And that was the most popular color anyhow to begin with. So
And
easy
everybody
choice.
who's bouncing, don't I get the question about the ring color and seeing that the ring color helps you see the edges. When you're bouncing, we now know it's so helpful to gaze at eye level for training purposes. So don't
Right.
worry about that because all of our training videos now, it's research back. You want to keep the posture upright, look upward. If you're worried about that I would say opt for a bigger size bellicon so that you
Right.
have more surface area, and then you don't have to or use support bars. So let
Two,
that be your guide.
the flap, both on the standard mat, there's that ring of color. It's all black now, but it's a different of texture underneath your toes. And same with the comfort mat where the flap starts.
Yeah.
In my experience, the bungees, the striking design of the bungees catches my peripheral vision more than the mat did. And I
Yes.
would feel that change in texture underneath my
That's a
feet
good
before
point.
I'd even see it. So
Yeah.
yeah, the color of the mat doesn't really, impact much at all.
Yeah.
It's totally
That's a
personal
good
preference.
idea to do colored bungees. Okay,
Yeah, color.
so we took that choice is easy.
Yeah,
So now you can one less choice. Okay, so the
yeah,
bungee strength. This is always a hot topic. So if you've got questions,
yeah.
keep them. Go ahead and write them in the chat, and we'll answer them. The hot topic of the bungee strength. So if you look on the website, that little metal clip, the tiny metal clip, there's the cursor. That is what determines your bungee
Right
strength, not the
here.
actual color. So we've got a few different bungee strengths for you to choose from, and you're going to think of, and I'll let Katie go through this. But you're going to think of 3 things when you're choosing your bungee strength: your size, the size of people using it, the a little bit about your history and of injuries and special conditions and surgeries, and then your goals. Do you want to do low
Right.
impact bouncing or high impact? So Katie, I'll let you take it.
Yes. So typically, I don't know why this isn't loading right now, but there should be
Because
all of
we're
the
on a live
different
talk.
bungee strengths.
Because it
Yeah,
doesn't load while we're on a
of
live talk.
course.
That's fine.
Technology was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But yeah, so it's soft, medium, strong, extra strong, and ultra. So like Faith mentioned, it's primarily based off of your current weight. Usually, if this was loading right, there would be a button like right here that says determine your bungee strength, which would then pop up a little questionnaire thing on the side of the screen here where you would enter your weight, any health restrictions, stuff like that. Usually for soft bungees, it's 100 pounds, and under. Medium is, about that 100-pound mark up to usually it maximum weight for medium is around 175, 180. So if you wanted a soft bounce and you're around 180, then you could still use the medium bungees. Oh, there it
There it
goes.
is. Magic.
um, Yeah, and then the strong is probably the most popular bungee strength of them all. It usually covers the basis for most people. It's usually anyone between like 130 to 200 pounds most comfortably is how we'll go about recommending that. And then from there, extra strong is 200 plus, ultra is 300 plus, up to 440 pounds. Again, if you're, in between, a lot of people can fall right in between the middle of what's recommended. And it does just, then you take into consideration those second factors like any health restrictions, exercise preferences, things of that nature. Depending on certain health restrictions, say like Faith mentioned, any knee replacement, hip replacement, any sort of replacement of any joint, you would want to keep something a little bit more low impact. Whereas, say you have osteoporosis or osteopenia and you want the bone mineral density, benefit of the bellicon to come into play, you'd want something a little firmer based off of your current weight. We're always here to help. If you have questions, just give us a call, send us an email, or what have you. But that determine your bungee strength button there, that is very helpful and it's very accurate. So typically, if you're given a recommendation after completing that questionnaire, it's going to be a great recommendation to move forward with. It's very accurate and on par.
And if you're replacing bungees, if you go down, Katie, if you go back to the bungee strength buttons at the very bottom, what you'll look at is the clip color, the little clip color on the bungee is going to
Yes.
match the color here. So if you see that ultra strong is green, and then it turns blue for medium, red for extra strong, and gold.
Yes.
So you just go slowly through that. So that way, if you're replacing bungees, go look at your bungee at home. You'll see this little metal clip, and then you want to match the color, unless you want to change the bungee strength, of course.
Yeah, and that's something too. Actually, I just spoke with somebody this morning, where if you need a new set of bungees, a lot of the time people will take, consider at that time, hey, maybe I want to go up or down a bungee strength. But keep in mind, if you loved your bellicon up until this point of needing a replacement set, the old saying goes, don't fix it if it ain't broke, sort of situation. I always say just stick to what you've had. If you've loved it and you've enjoyed it up to this point, just, stick to it. Otherwise, you can adjust the bungees, but do also keep in mind the firmer the bungee based off of your current weight. So say you're like 130 pounds and you're using an extra strong or ultra bungee, that's very, very high impact. It's not going to be the same fun bounce. It's going to be very firm. So yeah, it's just best to stick what's recommended for you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So thank you, Katie. Amazing. I will open it up for some questions if anybody has any about choosing your bellicon. We do have our workout platform as well. So this is something that you can also pick next as you go along, is choosing to work out with us. And I will say it's super helpful because you can get sort of your optimal balancing form. So next thing you'll choose if you want your bellicon, if you want to save a little bit on the world and the environment, and choose our sustainable shipping option, which is our assembly at home bellicon, or if you want to choose a bellicon that's already assembled. So you'll make that choice, sustainable or a little less sustainable. And then you'll choose the workout platform. So this comes 30 days free of charge. And it's wonderful. Try it. Katie, do you want to say anything? I'm filming for it. I'm on it. Come back with me.
It's something where sort of like with the bungee strength, honestly, where it's like a workout preference sort of idea. So if you're someone who typically leans towards having that guidance from a trainer, also with Bellicon Home, they have a lot of great tools in terms of training plans where it's, videos queued up where you can have a great workout or a whole set plan for a workout over time, which is very unique, I think, and helpful for a lot of people. But yeah, it's something where, you can try it for 30 days. There's the monthly option to subscribe for a month. Otherwise, if you opt for an annual subscription after your purchase, it won't be at that $69 rate anymore. It'll go back up to $89 to full price after your purchase.
Awesome. And then, of course, you can add accessories on, which those are for fun and
Yes.
versatility at the end. So,
Yeah.
okay, questions from our community. So,
Mhm.
all right, I have one question coming in. So, this is if I have multiple people, different body types in my home who want to use the same bellicon, what do you recommend in terms of bungee?
So that it gets a little bit trickier with the
Four
more
bellicons.
people.
You
Yeah.
each need one.
Right. Yeah. So it's, you really have to consider the heaviest user in the household
Okay.
as where the bungee strength is gonna, lie. So say you're accommodating for people, 100 to 200 pounds,
Yep.
you would want to get a strong bungee at the minimum to accommodate everybody in the household. But again, just consider, someone who's 100 pounds using a strong bungee, it's going to feel different for them, but it doesn't mean they're not getting any benefit out of the bellicon. It's
Yeah.
just a little bit firmer of a surface, is all. So, yeah, you just have to consider the heaviest user first and foremost, and then take into consideration the weights below. Again, if it's a weight range you're needing to accommodate for, just give us a call, chat us, send us an email. We can help you out with a good recommendation. But yeah, it's primarily heaviest user, and then consider the weights below that and see if you can't find a middle ground
Okay.
option there.
Or you could sell half of your living room furniture like I did, and we have three bellicons
Yeah.
because nobody sits on the couch anymore. So
Yeah.
we've swapped our fancy couch for a bellicon.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Really, I will share a picture of my living room on
You
Instagram
should.
later for you all to see. Okay, next
Mhm.
question. Okay, so somebody who pronates, so if they have pronating of the feet, does a softer bungee strength, is that
Cause
yeah,
further.
further pronation?
Yeah,
So what would you
it
do?
will. Yeah, firmer, or you would want to go firmer for your bungee strength.
Okay,
So, yeah, for example, I'm just trying to figure out like body weights that are kind of in the middle ground of, in between bungee
sure.
strength. So, like, say someone's 130 pounds again, they have foot or ankle pronation, you would want to opt for a strong bungee. If you're 200 pounds and you have foot or ankle pronation, you'd want to opt for an extra strong bungee. That or bouncing with sneakers, or if you have any sort of orthotic insert, if that's
Yep.
the right phrase. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have an orthotic insert, you should be exercising on your bellicon with your shoes on anyway.
Okay.
But adding sneakers, at least to start, till you're not experiencing any pain or soreness or having any pronation, then go down to socks and then down to barefoot. But
Yeah.
typically, a one step up, a firmer bungee, that'll help curb
That'll
that.
help. Yeah. Um, yeah, shoes and no shoes, that's always a big topic. So I'm glad you mentioned that. With you can bounce on your mat with either. We love barefoot bouncing because it strengthens the feet, but the shoes will not hurt your mat. That's perfectly
Definitely.
great too, especially for higher intensity work. That's usually a recommendation.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, next question. Let's see through my comments.
Think I saw the at the bungees, the replacement time
Yes.
frame.
Yes.
Yes. So that's about 2 years or so on average for most people. It's, within, could be like a year and a half. They are covered under a year warranty though, your bungees. So if you do need any sort of replacement within a year purchase, just take photos, email them into our support email. We'll send you a free set at free of cost. But you'll know it when you see it when it's time to replace the bungees. I always compare them to like giant hair ties, basically, more or less. Like if you keep using the
That's great.
same, yeah, if you keep using the same hair tie over and over again, you'll notice that the elastic on the
Yeah.
inside is starting to warp a little bit, or
Yeah.
come apart, or you'll see that elastic coming through the cording on the
Yeah.
outside of the hair tie. Same thing with the bungees. You'll know it
Yeah.
when you see it when it's time to replace.
Yeah, we say about roughly 2 years, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
with like, yeah, 15 to 30-minute consistent daily
consistent.
use or so.
And then
Mhm.
you get to pick new colors, so that's really fun.
Yeah,
Unless you're like
and
me and
that's
you
the
pick
chance.
black every time.
Yeah. Some people do that, yeah. But a trick to while we're mentioning this, a trick to make the bungees last longer is you can kind of tug on them to kind of shift them around on the mat clips a little bit, so that one point of the bungee isn't getting constant friction. But just to make sure that that metal clip on the bungee is not on the mat or on the mat clip itself, as long as it's in the center between the mat clip and the frame, you're fine. But just moving the bungees around a little bit, that helps them last longer for sure.
Okay. All right, we've got a few more questions.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yes, the matte ring color is now all black. We've taken
Mhm.
that option out from you. So it's all black. We talk a little bit more about that at the beginning of the video and sort of the reasoning behind it. So we'll post this video and you can definitely go back and watch that about the ring colors too, but all black. So
Mhm.
nice and easy to choose.
Yeah.
Okay, stainless steel. Someone's asking about stainless steel. Is stainless steel no longer an option?
Yeah, so not at this point. It's just yeah, decision made. When if that does change in the future, if we do start to offer stainless steel models again, we'll definitely let everybody know. But just for the time being, they're no longer available.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, John from the US. When will the Apple TV app be available again?
Great question. Is that for a bellicon home? I
Yeah,
assume.
for our video platform.
Yeah,
John, I will have the answer for you on Instagram.
that's what I was like. Faith knows that one.
Yeah, and then the last
Soon.
question, what
Mhm.
about the cushion? So the add-on.
The frame cushion. Oh, whoops. I think Faith might be frozen. But yes, the frame
Oh, sorry.
cushion is all good. Yeah, the frame cushion, we don't recommend that unless you have kids using your
Yeah,
bellicon. That'll cover from the edge of the jumping space to the edge of the frame. So if you order your bellicon with a comfort mat, don't get the frame cushion. It's almost redundant, but also the comfort mat's not a safety feature.
yeah.
So if you wanted that safety feature, you should order with a standard mat in the frame cushion, not the comfort mat. But again, we don't ever recommend the frame cushion unless there's kids using your bellicon.
Yeah, which I will say it is nice for that. I have young kids. Okay, last thing. Can
Last
you
thing.
go through our warranty policy and then also talk really briefly about the bungee swap? And then I got to go back to
Yes.
filming.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
please.
there's a lifetime warranty on the frame itself. So any bit that's made of steel, more or less. 5 years on the mat, and then 1 year, as I mentioned, on the bungees. For any warranties, just take photos, email them into us with your order number and your current shipping address. We'll replace anything for free as covered under warranty. And then in terms of the bungee swap, it's within 10 days of delivery. You can swap out your bungees for free of cost. Just shoot us an email, give us a call, let us know you wanted to swap them out. We'll get whatever set you're requesting shipped out, email you a return label and a video on how to switch them out, and then we'll just have you return whatever set doesn't work out for you then once you receive the new bungees.
Thank you, Katie. You're amazing. So
Woo.
everybody, yes, if you've got questions, you could hop on at Bellicon USA, the Bellicon USA Instagram channel. You can DM and just
Mhm.
ask away. Any questions that you have,
Definitely.
feel free to write in. And if there's a lot about the same, I'll hop on stories this whole week and just answer your questions. Call us, email us. But yes, John, you can check the Bellicon USA at Bellicon USA Instagram account and ask away. And we're here to support. We know it's
Definitely.
a lifetime investment. You'll have this your whole life. So we want to
Oh
make
yeah.
sure you choose the right one for
Yes.
you on this Black Friday week. Okay,
Yes.
signing
Perfect.
out. Everyone, we have another chat tomorrow about the benefits of rebounding. It is at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central time. So hop on tomorrow. And like I said, write us on Facebook, write us on Instagram. And we will post this video as well so you can rewatch it. All right. Thank you, Bellicon
Perfect.
family. It was so nice to have you all.
Yes.
I'm going to get
It
back to
was.
filming. Katie,
Back to Black Friday fun.
go bounce, everybody. Go bounce.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.